Hello and welcome to Smith Family Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing some older footage that I actually recorded in our previous house. So this is kind of a video for a subscriber. He asked for a video of me painting a Fallout Wasteland Warfare character, and I chose to do a Brotherhood of Steel power armor character. And he's not really just a character, he's just a regular guy with power armor. And so we got him here. I'll show you on him. Unfortunately, I lost some video of it, so I didn't get every part of it on there. So I'm sorry, I didn't get it all on there. I got kind of the last steps on it. I'm not completely done with it. I didn't do all the base and everything else. Got started on other things, but I did do some things. I tried out some new stuff. I tried out the AK interactive weathering pencils and MIG's oil washes. So this is a little bit of new stuff here. So it was kind of the last few steps that I did to get this. So I didn't actually do any commentary during that video. I just recorded it without the mic on. That way I could listen to some music and chill, because that's kind of how I enjoy painting. So I'm going to try to do that more and try to add commentary into my videos afterwards and do more snippets of me, even though you probably don't want to look at my ugly mug, but you know what, too bad, you have to. Yeah, that's what I think about it. Anyway, so we're gonna get things going a little bit on that, and we'll take a look at the video that I've recorded for it. I just want to remind you guys that if you enjoy what we do here at Smith Family Gaming, to make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe and tell all your friends. Let everybody know that you love this sort of stuff, and it'll help support me and my family. Also wanted to let you guys know that we're going to try to get a Patreon page going. I'm going to have different things with that. It's going to take a little bit of time. I don't know exactly how they work and everything else, so if anybody's got any helps, please put in the comments down below and give me a little bit of advice. Okay, so what I started here was with dark rust, and I put it in there on my weathering pencils, and now I'm just smoothing it out with a little paintbrush and some water. That's a pretty quick process. I just went through everything. I went all the way through the entire model and the deep crevices and put that dark rust in there, and then just smoothed it out a little bit. So it looked nice and rusty in the darkest areas. Moving on, we went to the barrel, and I started out with I believe a medium rust to go ahead and get that orange color. And then from there, I just basically dry putting it on the entire barrel as close as I could to the edges without, because it wasn't very sharp, I couldn't get close to the edges without, getting it everywhere. So luckily with the wet paintbrush, you can kind of smooth it out and get it moved over just a little bit to the edges and everything else without getting it completely everywhere. So, and I went ahead and I decided that, that's just too orange. Most times when you're out there and you've seen a barrel somewhere, in a junkyard or in a field or something, an old creek bed or whatever, you'll see a barrel and they're not that color orange. I've never seen one that color orange. It's more of a reddish and multiple colors on rust on a barrel like that. So I decided to go ahead, once I got done smoothing that orange light rust or medium rust color, I can't remember exactly which one it was, I went ahead and I put the darker red rust in it. And you don't have to really wait for this stuff to dry to go ahead and add onto it. It's going to smear just a little bit, which was fine because that's what I wanted. I went ahead and I smeared it down into the deepest recesses of the barrel, kind of down in, the dents and everything else. That's where I tried to focus most of it in to the areas and in the wrinkles up there and kind of just all around. And then after that, we went ahead and we smoothed it out with a wet paintbrush again. And it works pretty nicely. I will say about this stuff is that you need to make sure that you don't touch it. It will come off quickly. My next step was to take my Extreme Rust oil wash and basically mess this all up. I went on and I put it on very, very thick and pretty liberally. And then, once it, started to get on there, and I mean, it's oil wash, so it doesn't dry very fast, but I noticed that, oh man, that's not the right color for him. I mean, he's not a raider. He's a Brotherhood of Steel. I mean, they keep their armor pretty clean. I mean, they respect, uh, technology and whatnot. So I had to come back with some of the thinner with a Q-tip and take it off and go from there. And so it's pretty simple when you do that. You just take the Q-tip, you put a little bit of the thinner on there, or white spirits, whichever you want to call it, and you just kind of pull it off a little bit. And so I, put a little bit on, a little bit extra on, because I did get way too much of that on there. So, and I went back through it all. I don't think I even put it on all of it because I was really unhappy with the way it turned out. I mean, for a Raider, I think it would have looked great. And that's what I plan on doing on some of my Raiders. But, for a Brotherhood of Steel, it was just too much. I figured that he needed a little bit more dirty than rust, because I figured he would have more dirt from, venturing in the wasteland than actual rust. So after we cleaned him up and left some of the rust, because, we're going to get some rust because most of them are very old and everything else, we went back with it, some of this MIG dust. Can't remember what it was called. Light dusting, I think, is what it's called. And I kind of went over it, kind of in some places where I thought it would catch and be kind of dusty at. You know what I mean? There'd be a little bit of dust here, a little bit of there, and went in there. What I should have probably done was maybe down in the creases and everything else, put a little bit of grease in there too, because, you probably would have gotten a little greasy over, time in the moving parts. But, that's pretty much it. He turned out all right, I think. I mean, he doesn't look too bad. So that's pretty much all the video for you guys. I'm going to apologize now. I don't know what's going on with my video editing software, but it is kind of shaking about. And if you notice on my transitions, they're kind of like bleeping, jerking back and forth and stuff. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I tried to fix it, but the editing thing says that the video's fine, but then the transitions, aren't working. And I'm afraid that if I just took out the transitions, it'd look worse. So hopefully, what I'm hoping for at least is that when I upload the video, that somehow magically gets rid of that. Let's all pray that it does. Anyway, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for tuning in. And we'll catch you next time.